know what I just heard? Only 16% of the deaf community is registered to vote. I wonder why that's such a small percentage.
I just heard that too. I was kind of surprised to hear that.
Yeah, me too. We must do something about it. Now, I grew up deaf, and I wasn't really knowledgeable about deaf. You know, I try to read the newspaper to get some information, but the vocabulary is so large, it's really hard to understand. So I didn't know what to, I don't know what to do. I feel like people can't have political discussions in ASL because they don't know, because they've never discussed politics before, because they're not exposed to the politics. And I don't want to force my beliefs on someone. I want everyone to have their own beliefs.
I don't want to have to force people on my beliefs. I want them to be able to support their own beliefs.
And I want them to have the ability to support their own beliefs or have their own ideas and perspectives.
Any idea how to help?
Do you by any chance have any ideas how to help the deaf and hard of hearing community get involved in politics?
Well, I feel like it'd be kind of hypocritical if I saw deaf people get involved in politics, because I'm not very involved in politics myself. But I think one issue is that a lot of deaf people are trying to fight to get laws passed to support them, but as they aren't voting themselves, it's kind of hard to have those laws passed.
Yeah, you need to register to vote first. Absolutely. They can't do
It's
anything.
very imperative that they register to vote first. That's the first step.
We really need to encourage and ask people to register to vote.
It's really important to ask people to vote. And I know some people may think, why? Why should I vote? What's the point? But that's just how it is. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be negative. I'm very negative about this. But that's just my perspective. It's my perspective on politics. I've also noticed that a lot of deaf people take up a hearing person's perspective.
And it's all right. We've got rights.
I just want to say it's all right to vote. It's all right to get involved in politics.
I think we need to focus on getting more deaf people to go out and vote. But as far as actually doing that, I'm not sure how we would go about doing that.
Yeah. Maybe for some people.
I've also noticed that some people who are registered to vote will just look at what one person says, look at their perspective, and automatically just vote for that person. But I want deaf people to think of their own perspectives and make decisions based on what they think and vote for who they believe in. A lot of deaf people tend to just follow a lot of hearing people and just trust their opinions and their perspectives. I want them to have opinions for themselves.
It's hard to, the media makes it so hard to find out.
Oh yes, I completely agree.
The media makes it really hard to find out what exactly different candidates' opinions are. They kind of cater towards whoever their audience is. Makes sense.
Yeah,
I absolutely agree with that.
They'll change the
They'll
words around.
slightly change words around, they may exaggerate a little,
They'll make stuff up.
They'll
false hopes and stuff like that.
give false hopes depending on what their audience wants. You want to know what my sign for politics is? That's full of shit.
But
That's a fact.
Yeah, I would agree.
I believe that politicians are very egotistical. They love all the attention, all the paparazzi. They love being that kind of person in front of all the attention. And again, I hate to say that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think we're on the same page with that one.
So, moving on, do you think that Obama will win the next election?
So your opinion, do you think President Obama will get reelected for
The next election in 2012.
I really haven't been following the presidential election, so I don't really know who else is running. But I was just talking about this earlier. I think he hasn't really done a lot. He hasn't really changed a lot. So in America, like he promised he would. So I feel like maybe he won't re-elect him because they haven't seen the changes that they were hoping for.
I'll just let you know, we can't make changes overnight. Even a simple change takes time. 5, 10, 20 years for one simple change. It takes time.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe if he did get re-elected, he would be able to follow through with some of those promises that he had made 4 years ago.
Who knows?
Who knows?
You might actually add more
And I want
problems
to add, talking about the economy, jobs, and all that confusion, maybe Obama won't be able to clear anything up. Maybe it's going to stay the same. No, the Republican candidates running for office. No, I've heard some of their speeches. I've watched them. And honestly, I don't feel comfortable with any of them. Any of the Republican candidates. And, the same with the Democratic. I will vote for president. I just don't know who. We'll see. I feel like whoever I vote for, it's going to be a wrong decision, no matter what I do.
That's why I don't want to vote just to say that I'm voting. I really want to vote for someone if I actually believe that what they stand for.
Yes, I agree. And I believe if you
Yes,
vote
I
for
absolutely
the
agree.
person,
And
it's my
I
vote,
feel
but,
like if I did vote for the wrong president, later on, I would, have to take the blame because, I voted for him, so it's my fault that he's president.
So I've got 2 choices. I can vote
How I
or
see
not
it, I've
vote.
got 2 choices. I can vote, or I don't have to. People always emphasize that every vote counts, but I don't believe it. I believe they're just giving us lip service.
I learned about the whole electoral college thing. How that works. Your votes do influence a little bit, but it's kind of based on the electoral college and how who they vote for. But I also think if you don't vote, you don't have the right to complain about who's president later on. Because you didn't vote for yourself.
What's wrong with freedom of speech?
I want to know what's wrong with freedom of speech.
Yeah, what's wrong with freedom of
What's wrong with freedom of
We've got
speech?
the-
We've got the right to speak up.
We've got the ability to speak up. We don't
You know
have
what?
to vote.
You don't have to vote, but you do need to speak
We
up.
just need to speak up. back to the
So
issue
going
of,
back to this issue of only 16% of the deaf community registered to vote, I think we should talk to the National Association of the Deaf about that. Wonder if there's something they can do.
Maybe we just need to be more informed about it, about registering.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I agree. I think the big issue is how. How can we encourage them to register to vote and get them involved? I think we should have a party and
Maybe they should
give everyone $1,000 if you register how to vote, or if you register to vote. Wow, that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
I
No,
know,
that sounds silly, and I just made it up.
And I just
But,
made it
you know,
up.
it's an
It's
idea.
an idea.
We need more ideas.
Yeah, maybe that'll work. Whatever it takes.